All right, gotta do some unboxing. Where's my cutting tool for that? Perfect. Hi everybody, welcome to All Games New and Old. I'm David Rodriguez, and today I've got an unboxing that I have been waiting for a long time. This is a Kickstarter game, Twisted Fables. This is the Deluxe Edition. I didn't get every single add-on that you could possibly get. There were some mats that I really wanted, but you know, just cost prohibitive at the time. But I think this is a lot of cool stuff in it. The basic gist of this game is it emulates a 2D fighting game, but all the characters are people from fairy tales. I don't know looking at them who all of them are off the top of my head, but I know like we have Alice in Wonderland down here and Little Red Riding Hood, and there's a bunch of others too. But they are very reimagined. They're not exactly taken strictly from how you remember them. They're put into this weird sort of, I don't know, sort of like a cyberpunky but still magic world. And it's really intriguing. I really thought the art was pretty, and I wanted a good like head-to-head game that doesn't take forever to play, and this promises to fit the bill. So this is by Diemension Games. That's Diemension Games. So I'm excited to crack this open because like so many things right now, it experienced a lot of delays, and one thing I really appreciate though is they were very vocal about it, and they, you know, talked about what was going on. So we were never in the dark about what was happening. And, you know, it's one of those things. It's a bummer, of course. I'm sure everyone is experiencing this to some degree, but it happens. So let me flip over the box. We have some of the other characters here on the back. I'm hoping I can tell pretty easily when I get in there who the different characters are. I know this one's Snow White. This is the Little Mermaid. I'm not sure. This one might be Sleeping Beauty. I'm not sure, but it's a very different take on all of them. So without further ado, I am going to open this thing up because I've been waiting for this one for a long time. So I'm very, very excited. I hope some of you are excited about this one too. I don't remember how well it did overall, but I just thought it looked fantastic. So we're going to see how it is. Hopefully it is as fantastic as it looks. All right, let's tear that off. Who needs it anyway? I like it when games or stories or whatever kind of redo sort of classic fairy tale characters. I don't know why. It's just something that always sort of appealed to me. And this world is really interesting for that, I think, as well. So oh boy, let's see if we can get this lid off here. It's always that the first time you get the lid off, you know, it's like it's suctioned on there practically. I am making progress. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's creeping off there slowly. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. Whoo boy, we did it. Oh, excellent. There's an Art of Twisted Fables book. I'm very excited about that because the art is one of the things that really drew me to this game. Just really cool looking characters. Red Riding Hood. If you've watched enough of my videos, you know that I often talk about how I don't usually follow the progress on the Kickstarters very much. I sort of order them and then I don't think about them too much. Here's Snow White. Because, I don't know, I sort of like to be surprised. This one was a little different for me, though, because they kept coming out with updates that would talk about their version of these characters and, you know, how they had changed them for this setting. And I really found it intriguing. I'm hoping I can dig up those stories again, or maybe they're in here, I'm not sure. Sleeping Beauty, she's not looking like she's doing great. Kind of mental asylum. I think there's something where she escapes the asylum, I'm not sure. It's been a while since I read those backstories. I just remember thinking they were really cool. She is creepy as heck, man. Which is odd, you know. I do you think someone would be more like that if they did not sleep a lot? That's the kind of weird thing. Here's Alice. She looks really cool. I just think I'd be more likely to be horrifically terrifying if I spent a lot of time not sleeping. But that's just me. I really like her like stage magician kind of vibe. That's really fun. I just think they really did some fun stuff with them. There's a few characters in here that I'm not super familiar with. There's Mulan. So that's pretty fun. Very different than the Disney version. She really looks like she's straight out of a fighting game to me, which is totally cool. The art is I mean, it's gorgeous. It is in some spots maybe a little sexier than it has to be honest with you. Kaguya. See, I'm not familiar with the story of Kaguya, so this is going to be okay. It goes into a lot of it over here, so that's fantastic. I'm just kind of skimming over this. So this is actually going over like where like the original, like where that character came from, and then how she fits into the world. That's pretty neat. Because some of these, you know, we're just not gonna necessarily be familiar with all of them, I don't think. So beautiful art. I don't know if I want to spend time flipping through this entire thing, but I feel bad not to. Okay, speaking of being a little sexier than it needs to be, Little Mermaid. I mean, it's good art, right? But it's just, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying. She does get kind of like finny and you know, a little more creepy, I guess. But there's still a lot of like, you know, kind of sexy poses with her, more so than the rest. The rest are a little more, oh geez, yeah, that's getting out of control. A little more reined in than she is, perhaps, but, you know, still Match Girl. Oh, that's who, okay, Match Girl. I was trying to figure out on the cover who she was. That's right, Match Girl from the very, very sad Match Girl story. I forget how they shifted this one, but it's interesting. So yeah, there's yeah, I mean, there's some needlessly sexy stuff in here. Which, oh, this is Dorothy. Okay, I didn't realize that. All right, Dorothy. All right, very cool. You know, you may feel one way or the other about it. I don't know. I think the art is so good, though. I mean, if whether you, let's see, oh, Scheherazade. I think I'm saying that right. I had heard of Scheherazade before. I don't think I knew tons about her story, so I think that's what she's become, like almost like an AI, or like her consciousness has been sucked into like a computer system. But very, very pretty. This is Cheshire Cat. Very cool. I've gone into the whole sexy art thing before. I don't know if I want to go into it too much again, but it is something to know that it has. Here's the rules. You know, you don't want to be surprised by that. I mean, you can tell by the cover, I think. It's got some of those pictures on there. Looks like it's a little bit over 30 pages. Some of them are very specific to the characters. It's talking about their advantages and disadvantages, general tips for them, which is really cool. I think it helps you get into the game when you get that sort of stuff. So there's a 1 versus 1 mode and a 2 versus 2 mode. I didn't remember there's a 2 versus 2 mode, so that's kind of nice. Beautiful, beautiful, full color images. Just pick up some of the models. We'll take a look at the models here shortly too, I'm sure. So, I know this game is supposed to play between 30 and 60 minutes, which is great. You wouldn't want a game emulating a 2D fighter to take a real long time, I don't think, personally. But I know when they were talking about, in their updates, how they played, like they all sound like they are very different, and they've really worked the way they play, based on their stories. So I'm excited to see that. All right. So we got a lot of tokens here. Okay, is this all in one? Okay. Let me open this up. There's standees. I think, I'm not sure. I think if you didn't get the deluxe version of the game, you would just have the standees. And of course, they're an option here. You could certainly use those if you don't like the miniatures. I could see maybe wanting to use these until you can paint the miniatures. I really want to paint these miniatures. I have so many games that I can say I really want to paint those miniatures, and I just don't know if I will. But all kinds of tokens. I think they're probably character specific. Like I'm guessing this word tentacle is probably a Little Mermaid kind of thing. I don't know if they're actually next to the characters are supposed to be as far as the punch boards go. Oh my gosh, my kids are yelling. If you've been watching my videos, you're probably used to my kids yelling. I'm gonna pretend I can unpunch her. That's probably what I want to say. There, kind of, right? So that's cool. Okay, so oh boy, let's take off this. Oh boy. Oh, it's taped on. No wonder I'm having trouble. I thought I was just being kind of inept. All right, so man, it's been so long since this was on Kickstarter that I don't even really remember what this is. I'm guessing this is where you put. Okay, so this is just the whole pack. This is where you put your character card, and I'm guessing all these tracks will keep track of different things. So that's pretty obvious now that I look at that. So Fantastic. I like that. I like cool components like that. So these are just going to be the character cards. I'm going to try to do this with an X-Acto knife because it'll take me forever to pry off the plastic otherwise. This is all probably going to be what we've seen, but just in case, we'll take a look. The tough thing with X-Acto knives is I don't want to stab like cut the cards or scratch them badly or something like that. So, we're getting there. Oh, all right. So yeah, all the characters that we sort of looked at before. There's some special rules for them. Talks about at the top. Skill supply decks. Looks like there's a specific card you put in their decks. So, I'm curious how this will compare to something like BattleCon, which is another game I have that emulates a 2D fighting game. You know, fewer characters out of here. I guess it's sort of a more deluxe package than that one, but you know, will the gameplay win out over it? I don't know. Let me try pulling out some of these models and see if I can see them. Okay, sorry there's a jarring change of lighting here. I just wanted to turn on the overhead light to see if maybe I could see these models a little better. So that's our little mermaid, looks like. She's kind of leaning up against a big tentacle. Really nicely detailed models, it looks like, so far. So far, I say, having looked at one. This is... Oh, what was this one? Was this Dorothy? She's got sort of like cybernetic parts. I hope you can see this okay. Sometimes you need to set it up so that I have this on like a larger monitor so I can actually tell what you're able to see. This was not Mulan. I can't remember which one this was. So hopefully you can see some of the detail on it. I think it's pretty nice. Here's Snow White. I think she'll be fun to paint. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos recently that I love it when there's like a lot of flowing cloaks. Even though I don't think I'm that great at painting them, I just like to paint them. So there's that. Right here's, I think that's Red Riding Hood. She's got like a big, like sort of Gatling gun kind of thing and like rocket shoes. She's pretty wild. Okay, here's Match Girl. I mean, they're almost directly sculpted off the pictures. So that's kind of neat. If you want to follow the color scheme, you can. Here is, I think this is Mulan. But you could do pretty much anything you like. I imagine Red Riding Hood that you should use some red. Come on. All right, there's Alice, and she has a Cheshire Cat with her, which I think is cool. I'm curious how Cheshire Cat plays into the game. I think this might be Scheherazade. I'm not sure. You'd think having just looked at them, I might remember, but I don't. The plastic's good, hard plastic, it feels like. Sometimes with board games, you'll get miniatures and the plastic's a little bendy, which is fine, but these are really solid. Even like the little spindly parts only move a little bit, which is just because they are, you know, kind of small and spindly. So that's great. I love it when you get good quality plastic, because you often don't. And it's okay, but of course it's better if you do. I'm trying to move this out of the way. All right. Oh boy, okay, so a lot of cards, a lot of room for decks. I'm guessing there's probably a space for each different character's deck here. Oh wow, these are neat. I wonder if these are, yeah, you can use these instead of the cardboard punch-out tokens. Oh, this is cool. It's funny, I forgot a lot of the special things that came with this Kickstarter edition because it's just been, you know, a bit of time. But there's like the cool, it's like a nice hard plastic. Oh, I like the way these feel. I don't know how to explain. These are really cool. I really like these. Neat, neat, neat. Yeah. The tokens are fine, but I don't know that I would ever pick them over that. Okay, so we've got standees, or the little, you know, bases for the standees, which I probably won't use. These, I'm assuming, what you use on those tracks to keep track of various things. I don't know what the various things are yet, but we will find out eventually. But those look like they'll plug into those spaces nicely. I've got a little playmat here. I think this is just for the main fighting board. There was like specific playmats based on each character available, and man, I wanted them so bad because they're so pretty. It's art from the game, which is itself very pretty, but I just couldn't do it at the time, so that's fine. So here is our playmat. Look at that. Pretty cool. I don't know what all the different spaces mean. I'm sure the middle ones are kind of the most important, but I'm trying to pull out these cards here to see if they look like they might fit in these spaces. I don't know if that's how that works. Maybe. Yeah, it's like they probably would. So, I'm not sure what the circles do, but we will find that out in time. But that's a very nice playmat. Good, very thick neoprene, actually. It's heavier than I'd expect something that size to be. We have these larger cards, which I'm guessing are dividers for the different decks, so you can find them easily. I'm like 90% sure that's what these are, because that just makes sense. There doesn't seem to be very relevant information on them that I can see beyond just the character picks. So I don't know if I need to actually open that, given that that is the case. We got these little smaller decks, or deck of cards. Let's take a look at them, see what they do. I don't know. I'm curious how many people back this. I meant to go look ahead of time and just see how well this set actually ended up doing. And I didn't do that because I got too excited to open this thing because I've been waiting on it forever. Which, again, I'm not complaining about that. It's not Diemension Games' fault that it took them a long time. So, okay. So I'm curious. There's a couple cards with the hat on the back. Oh, this must be all a Queen of Hearts, a Mad Hatter, Cheshire Cat. So those are all Alice-specific cards. And then these all have this symbol on them. I'm not sure what that is. His Command. A lot of His Command. Thirst No More. Treasures Unlocked. I don't know if this is Spying the Future. Fairest of All. I don't know what that's about. Tales Retold. Snicker Snack. Okay, so we're back to Alice stuff. So I wonder if these are just for any character or if they're all specific. Sold the Cow. Okay. Alakazam. Beautiful art again. Navigating Dreams. Just art on this it's really stunning. I am not even a little disappointed in the artwork here. Again, I would want to make sure whoever I play with is not going to be made uncomfortable by the occasional sexy art on this. I would hope not, but that's kind of thing you always want to check, just to be sure. You don't want to make someone uncomfortable at your table, so do what you can, folks. Be welcoming to everyone. It's not as important that you play the specific game as it is that everyone at your table is comfortable, in my opinion. And I think that makes perfect sense. So, alright, so these all have the same backing, looks like. The Twisted Fables. So we got attack, 2 attack, 3 attack, defense, 3 defense, movement, 2 movement, 3 movement. I'm guessing these are pretty generic across all the characters. So that's what it looks like anyway. I'm guessing those are some of the ones that they recommend for the character. Try to find put all that. All right. Oh wow. I know. Look at that. I didn't know there was like foil cards. I wonder if that was a Kickstarter exclusive for me. I don't know. Oh man. Some people are so on top of that. They're like, oh yes, I'm getting this specific thing and this specific thing and whatever. I don't know. I just kickstarted it. I got the deluxe edition, so I knew I was getting models. But beyond that, I don't remember what all the upgrades were. So, what are the backs? So these are, again, same back as the others. I don't imagine most of the rest of the cards will be that. So this, wow. The wolf consumes, raining vengeance, bring destruction. 7 serpents, and they woke up. I do like these foils, and these looks like they're cards for all sorts of different, all the different characters maybe. So that's really neat. Now I'm wondering if I have non-foil versions as well. I really like the foil. I'm wondering if it'll actually be distracting after a point though. So there's that. I don't know if I'm going to go through all these or not. There's quite a lot of them. I have a feeling I've got regular versions of all those too. Like this is obviously not a foil card. So I'm going to look and see if there's anything that looks different. I think it's all just more cards with artwork from the game, certain characters. It's very neat. But I think you saw all this art when I went through the book. There's more kind of the basic action looks like. Let's see what this one is. Yep, more basic action kind of stuff. Very cool. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to open every single deck because I think it's going to be all art you've seen. I'm going to look under here in case there's anything secret. Usually there is not. Occasionally there is. So I always check. So I think I've only have like maybe one game where that was the case. But yeah, wow. So that's a lot of cool stuff. Oh, I'm super blown away by the artwork. That's Twisted Fables. If any of you have gotten it, I mean, let me know. Let me know what you think, or if this unboxing makes it look interesting to you. If you maybe didn't catch it when it was on Kickstarter, I'm excited to try it. I've got a lot of things in my queue, so we'll see if I can get it in soon or not. But it's at least a fairly quick game, or it's supposed to be. So hopefully it'll be something I do, and hopefully it'll be as fun as it looks. But anyway, that's it for this particular one. I hope this unboxing was fun for you to watch. If it was, if you could hit like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so you know about the next time I put out a video. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you again next time around the table at All Games New and Old. Bye.